Hello everyone. So this image here isn't of the highest quality, but it's still worth taking a look. It was pointed out by Brady Affick on Twitter, who found the site, and I thought it worth taking a look. So what you're seeing is a small heliport in Crimea, which is being constructed. Now personally, I myself couldn't tell that this was a heliport, but Brady Affick knows his stuff, so I definitely trust that he is right in correctly identifying this. So at the bottom I've marked a possible water reservoir. Now I'm not 100% sure on this, but it is old. It shows up on the Google Maps image, so this wasn't built by Russia. And a similar structure from a satellite image I did a while ago turned out to be a sort of small reservoir or pond built on a mound. Quite unusual, and this looks like the same thing. Near it is an area where you can just make out equipment being stored. This possibly could be construction equipment, as you can see vehicle tracks leading up to the base being constructed. It's also possible that ammo is being kept here away from the heliport, but I don't think that's the case, which we'll come to now. So the heliport itself, this is small, only 90 metres or so in diameter, which makes me think this won't be used for operations, at least not high intensity operations, but it's rather just been built for temporary use, either to make it easier to transport supplies to this base or drop off soldiers, maybe even to refuel helicopters. But I definitely don't think operations will be carried out here. The fortifications look to be quite extensive, with trenches encircling the whole of the base, and the heliport, or I suppose helicopter landing pad, being outside the fortifications, again making me think the helipad is only intended for short stopovers here. So this is located here, on the northeastern area just north of Crimea. This is technically in Kherson district. Now before we look at ranges and see whether this is in range of Mr. Highmars, I want to move south a little bit to another constructed base, quite a curious one. So from this view, without any other context, it looks to be a very good defensive position, situated between three lakes. So blocking off any assault in this direction, it appears. This isn't complete yet, and so far consists of three trenches extending north to south. I expect these, when complete, will reach the shore of the southernmost lake. There is also a trench being constructed running east to west, and at the eastern side, a troop or storage area enclosed by trenches. So when complete, this will have trenches which look like they'll be blocking advances from west and also from the north. It looks like a bog standard defensive position. Also, there are three white areas which have been cleared. Now I'm not sure what these are. Could just be storage areas, or could be helipads again, or and I think they're too large though to be artillery emplacements. I can't 100% say what their purpose is. Now this is the curious bit. If we zoom out, its position serves almost no strategic purpose as a defensive position. Any Ukrainian advance would just head south, bypassing this, as the base guards nothing, and there's no reason for Ukraine to advance in this direction. So I can't say what it's guarding. It makes me wonder that this isn't a defensive position as such, but is intended, once complete, to be something much more interesting and important. And here's an idea. The white areas which you can see at the top, could this be a drone launching site, possibly for Lancets or Shahed drones? I'm not sure. I can't 100% say. That's just a guess. It's a bit puzzling, and I would love to hear your thoughts on it. But this doesn't show on Google Maps, so it has been constructed by Russia. Now this is located nearly 130 kilometers to the western side of the Dnipro, so out of range of typical HIMARS, but when GLSDB arrives, that will reach it, as will the Turkish donated TRLG rockets. So there will be an option to hit both the base with a heliport and the peculiar one being constructed near the lakes. Finally, before I finish, I've added these two positions, plus two more smaller ones which really weren't worth covering, to my map here of Russian defensive positions in Kherson guarding Crimea. This is incomplete, but it gives some indication as to the extent of Russia's defensive lines in Kherson and how they are defending Crimea. So that's it for this video. If you found it interesting, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks again. and take care, everybody.